ओम ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अचिंत्य व्यक्त रूपाय निर्गुणाय गुणात्मने समस्त जगदाधार मूर्तये ब्रह्मणे नमः। वर्ष नंबर 81। गुरुमध्ये स्थितं विश्वं विश्वमध्ये स्थितो गुरुः गुरुविश्वं न चान्योऽस्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Says, look, for a disciple, there is, in the beginning stages, there is no disciple world. This is very ordinary or preliminary stage. The Guru's world becomes disciple world. That's why when a child is being sent to Gurukulam, we make sure the child cannot think my house, my parents. I have come here for some time to study. Then I will go back. If this continues, definitely that child cannot study. Very carefully we say, unless the person becomes antevasi, lives with the teacher, with the teaching atmosphere, like in the hostel, in short, but don't ask, okay, whether you live with the teacher or you live with whom, okay, don't ask, okay, especially men, okay, those who have stayed in the hostel. What happens? What happened, you people? If you go to any girls' hostel, very clean. Whereas if you go to any men's hostel, do you know what happens? These boys, you can see it's so clean, you can see a path from the room to bed. Okay. So more than that, I don't want to talk. Clear path, visible path, okay? That clean they keep it. However, here, if I have my world, Guru has his or her world, let me see whatever is going to match or matching, let me that much cooperate. Other than that, no problem, I can manage. Or somehow I have to tolerate the nuisance after 2 or 3 years of teaching. Let me get out. As we do in universities, okay? Please understand this is not going to work. The reason is why? Because when my world and Guru's world are different, I will start doing all relations based on my benefits. In short, I will be doing a business with the teacher and teaching tradition. And this is not going to work in long run. Teaching tradition will continue. Teacher will continue, but the student will drop. That's why we say from the beginning, the student should not have a individual world or different world altogether. The teacher's world becomes student's world. And when the teacher's world becomes student world, then only teaching becomes complete. Or else you will come to a teacher just for your purpose. If your purpose is achieved, fantastic. If not achieved, also equally fantastic. But the teaching will not take over you at all. You will continue, you will use, misuse, and abuse the teaching. And there I called as Neo Vedanta. There I called all confusions. Later on, all complications. However, he goes one step ahead. He says, look, it is not, there should not be any differences that we talk for primary students, that is the primary qualification. But he says, look, understanding also is entirely different. Here is verses of gratitude. Guru Madhye Stitam Vishwam. So this entire universe, the Karya Prapanch, you look at psychologically or you look at Vedantic teaching wise. The entire universe is in Guru. Because Guru teaches me how to deal with the world. It's not that, no, I know, I don't need you to teach me because I am more experienced than you. Yes, you might be more experienced. You might be more, exposure, but you do not have the approach. You remember this incident I went through long, long back. So I cannot forget in my life. But like from my teenager, I had a great respect for a Swami because I used to read magazine, one spiritual magazine, and he was the editor of that magazine, a very well appreciated magazine those days, a very inspiring magazine. And I was really looking forward to meet. I never thought that I'll meet him in my life. So in due course of time, when I was in Chennai, and especially when I was in Mylapore area, so those days I used to take class and all this, this local newspaper used to carry my photo, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So in one occasion, we had some time to meet each other, to make it cut short. I was really thrilled to meet him because it was my, cherished desire from my teenage. And when I met him, the first question he asked me, so, since when did you come to this line? I said, okay, these many years. Oh, so that means very less. You are just very small time of experience you have. I really smiled and gave a language very differently. When we were talking in front of a tree, very old tree, which is very famous in that organization, because that tree is associated with a lot of memories. I said, Swamiji, with due respect to you. So this tree has got more and better experience than you. And also it was associated with the great master, the founder of the place, blah, blah, blah. You mean I'll do namaskaram to the tree, not to you? After that, he just went inside. And he sent a message that I never thought that he will be replying in such a straightforward way. Anyway, it was a very good experience for me. So experience is one thing, but my attitude towards things entirely different. Because experience can be polished. Experience can be improved upon time to time. But remember, experience cannot turn around the situation. your look, your approach. Only attitude comes, attitude takes over, and attitude presupposes the knowledge. And that's why here is being highlighted. Guru Madhye Sthitam Vishwam Iti. So in teaching, in knowledge, the entire universe, my approach towards the universe. In fact, I create a world. You can see psychologically also. I create a world according to this teaching. Earlier, I was having world according to my insecurity. Just look at your world. Is it insecurity-based world or is it knowledge-based, knowledge-driven world? So if it is insecurity-based world, that takes over, that is priority, that means you know where you are wrong or going to be wrong. Here, when you have teaching-based, knowledge-driven world, that's why we say this Annapurne Sadapurne, after that we say what? Lord Shiva becomes Pita and Parvati becomes Mata. And all the relatives say, who are the Shiva Bhakta iti. So all my relatives are, who are they? The devotees of Lord Shiva. This beautifully we chant during food time. To make sure that, look, my world is connected to knowledge. It is not a religious practice, okay? It may start with mere religious practice, but the meaning is a very deep. That's why Guru Madhye Sthitam Vishwam, Vishwa Madhye Sthitam Guru, just differently. So in world, there is Guru, there is teaching. It is not that everywhere you have to paint Guru, okay? I am not talking about that aspect. Like you go to different organizations, I am not telling you jokes. I can tell you one very good joke, okay? But this is truth, okay? Not joke, okay? There is one organization in India, very famous. In that organization, okay, every organization, every room will have that guru's photo, okay? That is okay. I don't have any issue to say that. But this organization, including mugs, cups, whatever is there, in that also guru's photos are there. And I was told, I have never gone to that organization, okay? The headquarters, never gone. I don't think I'll go. And they say that what I got information, including when the morning newspaper comes, some VIP rooms, newspaper comes because one VIP told me. So newspaper comes, there will be the sticker of that head of the organization. So that you should not see the newspaper without seeing her or him, whatever. Then I went one step ahead. Please, you could have suggested them some differently. What? There is one place, there is no her photo or his photo. Then the person said, where? That toilet roll. Then it could have become complete, okay? The person said, wow, I never heard this angle, okay? So it may appear as a ridiculous. This is what? If this is extreme, okay? I'm not talking about that aspect at all. Please understand. Here he says, look, Vishwamade Sthita Guru. In world, always there is teaching, there is knowledge. That's why what we do very carefully, we make very strong that in my bhavana, in my thinking, Guru is there. And mainly, Guru is not for exhibition. Maybe it can be for inspiration. When we exhibit the Guru's photo, it is not for exhibition. It is only meant for inspiration. But what happens nowadays? Guru's photos are more for exhibition. And the way they exhibit, the way they promote, then what happens? There is no teaching. There is one guru related to, this Bollywood and all these things. So we have different type of gurus, okay? So if you want to get into Bollywood movies and all these things, so you need to have another guru. However, so guru's satsang, what happens? So guru's photo will be there. Down below, there will be a beautiful chair decorated. So they say when you do satsang, the guru comes down and sits on that chair. Fantastic. I respect if it happens really, okay? But I would like to see physically, okay? Not, hallucination, in hallucination. But they have picked up from some other organization, okay? However, let us not get into controversies. He says, that's why Guru Vishwam na cha anya asti. So there is no difference, there is no other than, there is no separation between Guru and Vishwam. So the Guru and Vishwa, the entire universe and the teacher becomes one and same. That's why the way I deal with Guru, will deal with the Vishwam in the same way. Can you see this point? The way I relate with Guru, in the same way I relate with the world. So if there is some issue with my relationship with the world, that means there is some issue with my Guru, relationship with Guru. You can see it very carefully in day-to-day life. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. My salutation to the teacher. Then he says, why? Then he goes very nicely. Bhavaranya pravishtasya dik moha bhranta chetasaha ena sandarshitah panthaha tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Gives a beautiful, logical, practical example. When a person is lost in a jungle where there is no GPS, because I have to make it very careful way, okay? And interestingly, in thick forest, thick jungle, GPS doesn't work, which is good, okay? Now, when you are in a jungle, your deep GPS doesn't work, should not work, need not work. That's another point. Now, what happens? You are completely lost. You yourself will not know what is a direction. Whether it's a left, right. Sometimes, it happens like, in the flight when you take off, suppose you are sitting the left side, then you see the sunrise and you start flying. Or you see sunset, right side sunrise, you start flying. Then suddenly you discover flight goes here and there. Then you don't see the sun. Sometimes you say, am I going in the right direction or we are coming back? In flight also, sometimes it happens in long flights. What is happening? Because they change the directions. However, imagine, in a forest you are, and you have lost completely direction. And interestingly, even if you have lost direction, you will not keep quiet. Now you have to keep moving, and the fear will take over. Imagine it is becoming evening or 4 o'clock onwards, let us say. Now the fear of tiger. Then you are afraid of, darkness. Imagine. Now, any step that you take, is it going to help you or put you in more trouble? Because you don't have direction. Maybe you are going inside. Maybe even though you are returning back, what is the guarantee that you know that you are returning back? So that means what? You are caught in such a way, all your effort is meaningless, useless. Is it clear? Only there God's grace can save you, nothing else. Except God's grace, nothing can save you. That's why God's grace becomes important. Now look at We ourselves, a common people, is not caught in the world of confusion, is not caught in the world of insecurities, is not caught in different ways, thinking that I am doing right, thinking that this is my thing to be done, and argue, justify, continue, and I am the best, I know the best. Yes, when I decide that moment, I know the best, okay? Later on, don't ask me, okay? Whether I was best or not. Now, he says beautifully, so when I am completely confused, and in that confusion world, whatever step I make is going to go wrong. And even if by God's grace I may make a good step, what is the guarantee? Only God's grace helps me somehow to manage my life. And that's why he says, Yena sandarshitam pantha, there who appears. The one who gives the right path, right direction. Hey, where you want to go? I want to inside more jungle to get lost. Okay, go this way. Don't worry. No, 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 no. I want to get out of this problem. Okay, go this way, not that way. Or I want to just, pass some time. Don't worry. You can go round there. Okay, don't go any other place. So what you want, that is being given, guided. And that's why my salutations to the teacher. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Continuing. Tapatrayagni taptanam ashanta praninam bhuvi yasya padodakam ganga tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Again, he brings very nicely. The people are afflicted with tapatrayas. So what are the tapatraya? So tapatraya means adhyatmika, adhibhautika, and adhidaivika. And don't ask me what is adhyatmika, what is adhibhautika, and what is adhidaivika. Okay, then I'll break my head. Eh? The afflictions that is related to the body, mind complex, or you can say the affliction that comes from body mind complex is called adhyatmika. Atmanam adhikuta vartate iti. Then adhibhautika. So Adi Bhautika means related to different bhutas, different elements, different creatures, different beings, neighbor problem. It's called Adi Bhautika. Adi Daivika means related to Devata's elements. Like in Chennai, there is cyclone. So this is called Adi Daivika. So you cannot attend the class. There is a fear. However, here he says carefully, all people are afflicted with reference to these three. And when this happens, when a person is afflicted continuously, either by three or any one or two, and mixture, in fact, in short, it's one is afflicted by three all the time. They are interconnected. It's not one way, okay? If you are affected by atmika, by body mind complex, then you will discover your neighbor walks by, you get irritated. Why he or she is walking? And of course, then you start blaming, hey, look, I am having fever. Now the sun is just getting covered with the cloud. I feel more cold. All are waiting in summer. In summer, also you complain, oh, look, sun is not giving proper warmth. Same thing also, Adhibhautika is related with the other two. Of course, this Adhidaivika also related to other two too. So all are interconnected. When one comes, it comes with the family, don't worry. In fact, in reality, they are not separate. But we differentiate differently. However, when the person is afflicted with these three types of afflictions, then what happens? Ashanta pranina, the person becomes restless. So the restlessness comes because of affliction. And whenever I am afflicted by, I can say openly, by any one of this, not necessarily by any three of this, okay, any one of this. Other two keeps following. And when I am afflicted, remember, nothing is going to work. When I am affected or I didn't look at something, is different. It's like, when you have really severe fever, your temperature increases. You think that time any medicine will work? That time nothing. You need someone to sit next to you, put some, cold water, some ice cloth on your forehead to bring down your temperature, nothing else. That moment, you don't need any medicine. So also, when I am afflicted with this jwaram, this fever, now nothing is going to work. He says, Yasya padodakam ganga iti. Because here the affliction comes for what? Because of my confusion, not because of anything. This confusion leads all sort of actions. And that action, instead of helping me, it really creates much more problem. That's why he says, I need Ganga water. So Ganga, here is Jnana Ganga. So physically, Ganga purifies a person. That's why you can see anywhere. You all must be knowing this. Ganga water, including in Rishikesh and Haridwar, including in Haridwar also. If you collect Ganga water, including from Haridwar, keep in your room for 100 years. Of course, it is better to keep in a copper. And after keeping 10 or 20 years, or even if 1 or 2 years, take to the lab. You will discover there will be no bacteria. Till now, people are trying, but they are not able to find the bacteria at all. Even though canals are joined, so not supposed to. Still, it does not germinate or doesn't create any bacteria. It's amazing. That's why Ganga water is considered as pavitra. It's the most holiest water. That's why when we drink Ganga water, even though dirty water, doesn't create any problem in the body. It's amazing concept to observe. That's why we have this concept. When a person dies during death time, we give Ganga Tulasi to make sure the person should be pure. Hey, don't keep drinking water, okay? Ganga water, okay? So then again, you have to come to collect, okay? Don't do that. Then somebody says, Swamiji, please, I don't know what to do. My Ganga water got over, okay? You can follow, oh my God principle, okay? Keep adding water. However, joke apart. He says, Yasya pado dakam Ganga. Now, this Guru feet water is called Ganga water. Here, Guru feet stands for knowledge, the foundation, and the teaching here is Ganga. And this Ganga water, this knowledge, what happens, makes me to calm down my affliction, especially when I am ashantam, when I am agitated, when I am restless. That's why we say very nicely, when gurus are, when devatas are rushtam, any devata, any god is unhappy with you because you did not do something or what is to be done, you did not do. So when devata is rushtam, guru can take care. When guru is rushtam, nobody can take care. We have a lot of verses on this regard because the teaching is from the guru, not from the devata. In fact, if devata has to teach you, he has to come in the form of a guru, like Lord Krishna started teaching Arjuna in the form of a guru, not form of a devata, God. So that's why guru becomes here important. Then he says, let us look at, today less verses. Ajnana sarpadasthana प्राणिनां कश्चिकित्सकः सम्यक् ज्ञानमहामन्त्र वेदिनं सद्गुरुं विना. Says, look, here, Ajnana Sarpadasthana Pranina Kaschit Chikitskah Chikitskah, not Kaschit, Kaha Chikitskah. Is there any doctor who can cure a person who is being bitten by a cobra, not ordinary, okay, sarpa, really big sarpa, by a poisonous snake? And what is that poison? That is called ajnanam, ignorance. Because why he gives this example of a sarpa? Remember, when a sarpa bites, when a snake bites, minimum knowledge you should have. Actually, in India, many people died with the snake bite. Snake bite kills less people, but panicking kills more people. Because even if the poisonous snake bites you, most dangerous snake bite you, you have half an hour time in your hand. Sometimes 1 hour time in your hand. Nothing will happen. Till the blood starts clotting. You have enough of time. But what they do, they get panic. They do not know what to do, what not to do. Then by the time they lose their time. So when they cannot reach the hospital in time, then the doctor cannot treat. Is it too late? How this happens? Same thing also. The ignorance, when affects you, bites you, takes over you, the effect is not so quick, okay? It takes its own time. 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. Okay, you understand? But what happens? You get into panic. And the panicking happens because of your insecurity, association with your insecurity. And once you get into panic, then what happens? Definitely you collapse. It's not because of the situation, but because of my reaction, my unpreparedness with reference to projected situation, projected upcoming situation. What will happen? What will happen? Nothing has happened. Now, what is happening is more important. Okay. Like I remember in our childhood, we have done this thing also. Like when I can give you a beautiful example. Okay. Hidingly, when we take this bike to drive those days. Okay. So we'll meet some accident. And when we fall, we'll break our leg and everything. The moment people protect us, we don't say that, hey, look, what has happened to me or what has happened to bike. What will my father say? What will my brother say? I have taken my brother's bike. So more worried what a brother is going to tell related to the bike. More worried what father is going to tell related to the bike. You understand? Recently I saw, because why I related? I'm not telling you jokes. We were going to Uttarakanshi just to make it little lighter. And that time, very unfortunate, there was this eclipse. We were not supposed to travel, so but we had to travel in a very careful way. And one family came. I don't know why they came to see the god. Eclipse times, everything closed. And the boy, God knows why, how he has traveled. Just maybe 2-3 minutes before, 1 or 2 minutes before it has happened, the accident. The vehicle has gone hit and drawn. Oh, the way it has happened. But luckily, nothing. Nobody was dead. So we were the first people, and we stopped and brought them out there and everything. The boy who was driving, he was in so panic. He was crying. Oh, my father is going to kill me. His car, I took it. I don't know what to do. His mother is behind, okay? His mother, grandmother, all of family, not alone, okay? He was crying not for the fracture other people have gone through, but he was crying for the car. In fact, I wanted to hit him. Hey, keep quiet. Don't worry. Whatever has happened, happened. Then finally, we had to take the phone and talk to the people. He said, no, no, please don't inform. No, no, we had to inform them. Please don't scold. So this is the situation. Then finally, and he was not in a vehicle, was running somehow, started moving, but with a lot of problem. Then we brought everybody to our place. I said, okay, I cannot forget, with me somebody was there. Then we asked our fellow to drive their car. So somehow he reached. And on the way, he was only complaining, oh, my father is going to beat me. My father is going to beat me. This is really very ridiculous. So also, we do the same thing with reference to situation. What is going to happen? Hey, what is going to happen? Nothing is going to happen, okay? But what is going to happen is more important for me than what is happening to me. So that's why he says, Samyak Jnana Mahamantra Vedinam. So who can be other than this, my teacher as a doctor? Because who gives me Mahamantra? A Mahamantra does not mean that it's a popular Mahamantra, okay? So that is called great mantra. What is mantra? Mananat trayate iti mantra. By chanting which one feels protected. So that is called mantra. So this Mahamantra, great mantra, what is the best protection? The self-knowledge. So the knower of self-knowledge becomes Guru, and that Sadguru is my doctor. Other than him, I don't think anybody can help me out. Let us look at one more verse and stop it. Hetave jagatam eva sansararnava setave prabhave sarva vidyanam sambhave gurave namaha. Says, look, sambhave gurave namaha. So my prostrations to the Sambhu. So here, Lord Shiva says, this is a very nice concept, okay? Lord Shiva says, prostration to the Guru, who is Sambhu. Sambhu is the other name of Lord Shiva. Then how is it possible? Lord Shiva himself is talking that my prostration to Sambhu. We have a beautiful concept that Lord Shiva being the Adi Guru. To teach this, he needed a student. That's why he again transformed himself into another Lord Shiva and Parvati to teach this knowledge. Is it clear? Because when the teaching tradition has to continue, to start, how to continue? You need a student. That's why Puja Swamiji used to say, after the course, he'll say, look, catch hold of 1 or 2%, start teaching. Even if nobody is there, just one person you need to catch hold. Whether that person understands or not, you will understand what is teaching. You need to teach. This is where Puja Swamiji's mantra was. Nothing else. They don't expect that, hey, look, in the Ananda class, there are thousands. In your class, not even one, okay? Hey, that one you have to work, okay? For one person, you have to work for it. Then slowly you will discover people will start joining, seeing your maturity. However, here is a same point that Lord Shiva, to communicate, to create this teaching, so he himself became Shiva and Parvati. So the Adi Shiva, you can say, started teaching to this Shiva. So that's why this Shiva, the teacher, is now saying, my salutations to Guru, the Sambhu. And some people take this verse that Lord Guru and Shiva are one and same. But this is the concept. And who is that? He says, look, Hetave Jagatam Eva. So Jagatasya Hetu iti. So this entire world is a prapancha, is a karya prapancha, because it's a being product, so it has a cause. So this Guru is the cause. So cause of this entire world. And not only, sansara nava setave, it's a beautiful concept. Also, it is not only the cause of this entire universe, or you can say the cause of the problem, in short. But also, he is the Setu bridge to cross the samsara or nava, the ocean of samsara confusion. That's why, not only that, Prabhave Sarva Vidyana, from whom all the knowledge, all types of knowledge are or have come. So, who is the source of all knowledge, all types of knowledge? My salutations to that Guru. Om Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.